What are some of the features that are exclusive to a Hagie?
So the biggest thing on the Hagies is four-wheel steer. It's pretty big to have four-wheel steer. These Hagie machines are really designed for late season nitrogen fungicide applications. If you look at the machine, you'll see that our ground clearance is a lot higher than a Deere, and again, so that we can get through those taller canopy heights.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the FarmCast. We're out in the field today, standing in front of a Hagie STS machine, and joined today is Hayden Fox, our lead product specialist. I'm Troy Randall, our lead technology specialist. So today we're standing in front of a STS Hagie sprayer. So can you tell us a little bit about this machine, Hayden?
Yeah, so Deere merged with Hagie or bought Hagie out somewhere about in 2021. Since then, they've been converting what was the Hagie machine slowly into a Deere machine. Obviously, as you can see behind it, still looks like your traditional Hagie. Some of the things they changed when Deere came into the picture. This machine's running our John Deere X9 Combine cab now. We're running a lot of the John Deere technology, so John Deere displays. The look and feel is a lot like a John Deere sprayer or any piece of Deere equipment when you're in the cab. And we're also running ExactApply nozzle control on this machine.
So Hayden, we've been able to have ExactApply on these machines for quite a while. And the new technology we have on our Deere machines is See&Spray. When will we see See&Spray on Hagie machines?
We'll be able to put See&Spray Premium on Hagie's new orders only at the moment from the factory in 2026. This will be a pretty awesome machine for See&Spray Premium. Obviously, the front boom will keep everything out of the dust, and we won't run into the issues of dust that we've ran into or seen with the premium machines on the Deeres that we're running today.
And that'll be across the entire single tank platform right now. Then maybe down the road we might see some See&Spray options on those DTS dual tank machines too, fingers crossed.
Yeah, correct. And that again is just a new order option only. As it sits today, we can't retrofit to prior model year Hagie machines, but they are working on that, and there's a hope we can get there at some point. So
as of right now, we can't, not an upgrade kit yet, but hopefully down the road we can add See&Spray to these previous machines, because we actually have seen Hagie with See&Spray Premium on it, and it's got this exact same boom, and it pretty much just has those tripod mounts with the cameras on there for See&Spray, so not much different than what we see behind this. So what are some of the features that are exclusive to a Hagie right now that they've had for quite a while that have rolled into Deere machines and we might see roll into Deere machines in the future?
So the biggest thing on the Hagies is four-wheel steer. It's pretty big to have four-wheel steer. These Hagie machines are really designed for late season nitrogen fungicide applications. If you look at the machine, you'll see that our ground clearance is a lot higher than a Deere, and again, so that we can get through those taller canopy heights. A couple other things. One other big thing on the Hagie, if guys are wanting to, like I talked about, get into late season nitrogen wide drop type work, you can have the front boom on this Hagie unhooked in about 15 minutes with two guys, and you can hook a nitrogen toolbar to this machine. So really, the biggest thing with the Hagie is the flexibility of how you can apply with it.
Seen quite a few guys use it, of course, with the typical boom. They switch out, do wide drops, and actually I just saw a video on the internet from a guy back east. He was actually just spraying some late season fungicide in his Hagie, and he's about running into corn. The tassels were hitting the cab, so that's the beauty of these machines. They're very flexible.
Yep.
And we even, the nice thing too, we've been lucky enough to have this on quite a few demos this year to kind of get it out about. We've had a lot of interest in it, especially that front boom. So we've had anyone to run it anywhere from almost tasseling corn all the way down to just fallow work and simple broadcast application. So it's a very flexible machine you can use in a lot of different platforms. So
another nice thing that Hagie offers on these STS machines is you can get all the way up to a 2,000 gallon tank. So a lot of our customers that are in the southern half of our AOR, large dryland acres, definitely appeals to those guys, being able to run a little extra volume on their sprayer.
Yeah, then kind of looking at the cab, like you said, we have that X9 cab on there, so that means we do have, the nice thing is too, we have a full suite of John Deere technology in it too. Like all our other sprayers, we have that G5 display on the armrest, and we have all that same creature comforts that we're used to with the hydro handle. And then down the road, we'll have all those features combined into the display. Right now, they're still kind of segregated between the Hagie display and the Deere side. So hopefully down the road, we will have that combination, so it'll look no different than a Deere R-Series sprayer with all those controls and functions integrated into the Deere system to make things that much easier for anyone going between a Hagie machine and a typical Deere self-propelled machine. So Hayden, one thing you talked about was the all-wheel steer. So how does that work exactly, or what applications can we use that in?
So it's pretty nice. You can run four-wheel steer basically as it sits today up to 10 mile an hour, and so you can AutoTrac with that. It comes in huge, like we said, when you're in late season corn, help prevent running over near so much corn. When you're turning around at the end of the field, One thing that'll actually be new for 26 on the Hagie sprayers is a feature they called side hill assist. So what that'll allow us to do is crab steer this sprayer through the field. Basically, the back axle will be one more row over from the front axle. The idea with that is when we get into some of the sand hills and some of the territory we have in our AOR, it'll help hold that sprayer on those hillsides. The other nice thing with four-wheel steer, one thing we fight, I think about anybody fights that runs the self-propelled sprayers, if you get into strip-tilled ground, it's always a struggle, especially in these larger machines, to keep a machine on a row.
Yep.
And that's another area where four-wheel steer really shines, is helping us be able to more accurately hold a row as we're spraying post-emergence corn.
And we've heard we might even see that four-wheel steer on green machines here in the future too. So
yeah, rumor is we might hear that coming down the pipes, so that'd be pretty nice if we could have that on there as well.
Another cool feature of the all-wheel steer is a nice feature we had in sprayers that came out was turn automation for sprayers. And then here in the future, the Hagie machine will actually be able to use that four-wheel steer and that turn automation as well. So that'll be a cool thing to utilize in certain applications when we need it and want to try to stay within the rows on those turn rows. And I have that if you guys try it out this spring also. So one nice thing with the sprayer turn automation is when we're using things like AutoPath, it'll actually try to follow that headland AutoPath line, and you can actually tell it to go, out more rows or in more rows. So actually going, so if you kind of have a circle or a oddly shaped end row where you turn around in, it'll do its best to follow that AutoPath and rows path and then turn right back in. So combine that in conjunction with that with the all-wheel steer, this thing will make a very nice turn pattern out there and try to keep our crop damage and run it over to a minimum. So very nice feature. So correct me if I'm wrong, but when Deere acquired Hagie, what was one of the first things they implemented from a Hagie into a Deere sprayer? Was it the CommandDrive system?
Yeah, that was right around the time they started adopting the CommandDrive system, which if you're familiar with the later model R series sprayers, you'll know that'll save you a lot of fuel. It'll let you run at a lower RPM when you're running through the field, so you don't have to listen to that machine scream at you all day long. So kind of a nice partnership we've had, or Deere's had with Hagie here for the last few years, is there's things from the Hagie side that comes into the Deere's and things from the Deere side that come into the Hagies. So it's worked out pretty nice.
Thanks, Hayden, for giving us an overview of this Hagie STS16 machine today. So appreciate it, especially highlighting all the technology we have now with it, and then looking forward into the future and what we might see down the road with these machines and Deere machines too. So again, thanks, Hayden, for joining us. I'm Troy Randall with the FarmCast, and we'll see you on the next episode.